Okay, good morning. It is um actually making this video on Monday morning. Last week you were to take that proctored quiz. It's Monday and about half the class has taken it. I'm hoping the rest of you are going to take it today. I will say this, when you submit your quiz, I go through the quiz person by person, problem by problem. I look at every single problem that you missed, and sometimes I add partial credit if you just made like a rounding mistake or a reduction error. So I've already done that for those of you that have taken the quiz. Again, I look through it. I look at every problem that you missed and decided kind of how I wanted to assess your points there. You also were to do section 7.1 in Hawks. That is on probability. So what's the chance that something's going to happen? That usually is a pretty easy section for people, something that we're pretty familiar with. Just make sure you always reduce your probability. That's important. That's just a careless mistake that you could be making. Let's look ahead to this week. We are just starting week number 6. This week we're actually going to a discussion board on Moodle. I had been using the Flipgrid. We're going to move to the discussion board this week and see how it goes, see if we have better participation. We had really good participation on the very first introductory discussion board on Flipgrid, but not so great on the second. So maybe people would prefer just to do a typed up discussion board. I'm going to assess it after this week. But you're going to take a multiple intelligence survey. I have the link in Moodle, and this is going to test the different types of intelligences that you have and what your strengths are. I love this activity because it's super personal and it's interesting. We're actually going to use it for a lab next week, but this week, all you need to do is click on the link, take the survey, and record your top 3. Okay, I've got all these instructions in Moodle, but you're going to record your top 3, and then you have to post a response on the discussion board. In addition, you have a probability lab. If you don't know a lot about a standard deck of cards, that might be something that you need to freshen up on. The lab does have an image for you to look at the standard deck of cards. And then also you have an unproctored quiz on section 7.1. It just covers probability. It is not proctored. You can take it anytime you want to this week at home. You don't have to go and have anybody monitor you. It's not password protected. And so it will count in Moodle as an unproctored quiz. This week, I think, is one of the easiest weeks of the entire course. Probability is usually really, really easy for people, and the 7.1 quiz is unproctored, so you can use your notes. Take your time. I think there's 14 questions on that quiz. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'll see you next week. Have a good week.